and they have a poo, it goes on your clothes.
Oh, great.
So I'll give you a mat.
Oh, I don't play.
Would you like a mat?
No, no,
I
thank
didn't
you.
think you would. Just thought I'd ask her.
On Manny. I'm going to be Mummy.
Right, okay. These little hens, these have been hatched out on the bus. They'll be coming up for 2-year-old now. But these have been hatched out on the bus. They come out on a lot of trips. But they've been handled since they were day-old chicks, so they are extremely quiet. They are called Peking Bantams. Peking is their breed. If we have to turn her over, can you see she's got fluffy feet? She's got feathery feet. Okay. Bantam is their size. They're a lot smaller little hen than the ones downstairs in the cage, the black one and the buff. They produce a lot smaller egg. So if you were going to have scrambled egg, we could have 2 normal eggs. We'd have to have 3 of her eggs to make up the same amount of scrambled. Okay. What I'll do is I'll come round and I'll put them on your knees. And if you stroke her from a head down to a tail, don't go the other way because she'll full of feathers and she doesn't like it. So from a head down to a tail. Okay, I'll give you all a head.
No, you peck me, I've already been pecked by it.
What's it feel like?
Soft.
It takes 21 days to hatch eggs, hen eggs, and 28 days to hatch duck eggs.
He's just smiling.
On squad.
And not on
You
poo.
want one? You don't want one?
If that's poo, I'm definitely becoming a
Okay.
deer.
The only reason they're flat is because they're trying to get their balance, that's all. And then the last one,
Oh, actually,
Mine.
poo on me.
I brought the wrong cockerel with me again. He won't stay on your knee, that one. This is it for Mr. Rooster.
My
So here's the cockerel. If you look, he's got a big comb and he's got his wattles. And the reason they're red is because there's a good blood supply going to them. If you feel them, they're very warm. In fact, they're quite hot as the comb and the wattles. If you notice, the hens are a lot smaller.
feels. What do you do if I had an egg on your nose?
Not like my grandma.
I want to get a llama. Ever been to the farm from the street?
So while you're hanging on to them to save a bit of time, come on. Hello.
Whoa!
This is Jet.
Hi, Jet.
Jet is our continental giant rabbit. She's one of the biggest breeding rabbits you can get. We do have English giants, but they're a little bit smaller. A lot of people have these as house rabbits.
You can stroke her if you want. She's very
She'll run
friendly.
back. She'll run back if you touch her.
Big teeth in the back, right? Yeah. Kieran didn't get it.
Okay, so Jet is the biggest breeding rabbit you can get. This is Tia, and Tia is the smallest breeding rabbit you can get. She's what's called a Netherland dwarf. Looks evil with the eyes. Okay, look at what's colouring. She's cast as red-eyed white.
She looks like a rat.
Okay. Now we have a blue-eyed white at home. Oh, she's got blue eyes. I'll give you.
That one looks like a rat.
Can you get the laughs off?
Very expensive.
Chinchilla? Is it chinchilla?
This is Molly. This is Tia's mum. So if you have a look at the colouring, you've got Molly that colour, you've got Tia that colour,
And then Dad's that.
and this isn't Dad, but Dad was that colour. So obviously somewhere along the lines, Dad's at home, somewhere along the lines the genetics have changed. You know, she's throwing white rabbits, so she must have white rabbits somewhere down in her line.
Is that not because she's got a little bit of like one?
Well, the colouring she's cast as a sable martin. That's her
Oh,
colouring.
it's so soft.
Now, at home also, we've got, I don't know whether she'll stay on your knee, she's been a bit naughty today. Also at home, we've just got a buck rabbit who's this colour, but he's got splodges of ginger on him and white. Right? But he carries the blue-eyed white gene. So when we mix him with our white rabbits, we're hoping to get some more blue-eyed white
You get
rabbits.
purple eyes if you have like a red and a blue.
Be interesting though. We're getting next.
It's gonna jump. Ow, ow, ow.
If she's going to jump, just let her go.
Okay, bye
This is
What
Brian.
happens if this one tries to fly?
then. Oh, I shoot.
What happens if you can't fly a chicken face?
Brian is a lion head.
Oh, look at you. Hello, baby.
Looks like me in the morning.
Isn't
It's
that
black.
Brian? Where's Stewie?
Now listen carefully. This is Betty, Brian's daughter.
What have you been up to?
Betty Boo.
Where you go? You come back.
He's a lucky
Put
little
you back.
Has nobody clicked on yet the fact that Brian has had a daughter? Physically had a daughter is what we meant. What it was a teacher seeing how well we treat the animals actually give us Brian to have on the bus, and then it wasn't until we had hold of her that we sexed her and realised it was female rather than male. That's why it's got the name of Brian.
Dogs don't kill people. Rabbits do.
So Brian's a girl.
Brian's a girl. Yeah.
So who's the dad then for...
So it's
George.
Brian.
George is at home.
So it's not Brian, it's
That's Molly.
Brian.
Yeah. And this one and that one are half brother and sister because they've got the same dad.
How come this one's easy?
What about that one? Is that a rat? It's not a rat. You're a rat.
Do you get the lamb?
It was great.
Are you alright? Do you still feel uncomfortable?
I think you have to do for your job.
I'll leave you till last because you've got the rabbit last. Right. Stay there, hen.
Chicken, right?
Yeah.
You know,
I get the white one. Boing. Come on, Tuggers. It's got them red eyes. It's like,
I don't want a hen, like it looks creepy.
You don't want a hen?
I don't want a rabbit. I want a hen.
You don't want a rabbit? You want a rabbit?
no! Come on, Betty. Come and get me. Come and get me. Come and get me. Come and get me.
Maybe they'll be a
I
bit
got
quieter
picked by
and then
one.
they settle down.
That's scary.
You'll be scared.
You get eaten by one.
Happy where you were.
It's got like chickens.
You want a rabbit?
Callum, I got picked by one.
The lad with the white rabbit doesn't like rabbits.
Do you want a rabbit? Do you want a pretty one? You had a hen yet?
I don't want white rabbit. I've had a hen.
It's amazing when you go to schools and you get the really loud extrovert kids who come on and shut up and they're totally intrigued, and you get the other ones that are normally dead quiet and come out the skin and you know what I mean?
Mine needs a haircut.
Kept moving.
Now, you know when people say you should pick rabbits up by the ears?
No.
No.
Let's go for that.
You always pick a rabbit up underneath and under a hand under its bum. Particularly, you can pick them by the street, but you always have to still support a bottom. You can't just hang them from the necks. The thing is with Leyland dwarfs, if you pull their ears, you can actually damage their tear ducts. And then obviously they'll go blind because they won't be able to wash their eyes. Their eyes won't get a film of water over them when they blink. So you've got to be quite careful with Leyland dwarf rabbits.
I have to look after it.
Yeah.
I want a duck.
I've got a Callum, what did you use the grey one? I was pulled up a carrot and you got a guinea fowl.
Do they produce any meat?
Oh, she's got eggs.
Eggs.
She's got 5 dogs. How many? 15 chickens.
Hens. Chickens what you eat.
Oh, this one's eating some boys.
You're busy in the morning for your
Oh, there's 2 chinchillas.
They're going to have babies.
Oh, we just really like that.
So the group can come in.
Right, Jill, we're out time here for the next group coming in.